November. A little bit colder than it has been for a little while. This is one of those videos where if you're watching it, then I found what I'm looking for, and it's definitely worth watching this video. If you're not watching this, then carry on not watching this. I brought with me a print off of a map so I can show you the route as I'm going along it. There'll be a bit of zigzagging today, so try and keep up. Welcome to a little journey again along the Wilts and Berks Canal. This side we're on the eastern end rather than the western end, and it's quite spectacular. Nothing quite like an abandoned canal, and there it is. Got a little bit of water in. You don't want to go in there because it's probably going to be full of silt and such. And just behind me here looks like the site of probably a bridge or a swing bridge or something like that. Let's go and have a look. I say bridge. This is a lock. It's almost certainly a lock. It's thin, it's brick lined, all fenced off nicely, but probably full of 100 years of rubbish. I'll come to why very shortly, but have a look at this. Yeah, still a little bit to see, but obviously here is where the canal raised up. I'll stand at the very end. You can look down at the site of what is probably Grove Lock, not sure, haven't got any notes on this, wasn't expecting to see this, but the journey is now going to head, well, let's just do a quick map check. So I've parked up here just to the east of Wantage. Now, I've kind of headed down through these woods just to here, and I thought if I cut across those woods I can get to the canal quicker than what I'd planned. Thankfully I did, because I found this old lock. So anyway, there's a few more bits to see as we head east up the canal towards the Thames, but the real treat for us today is up at Ardington. I think it's got Ardington, but we have to zigzag our way kind of cross country to get there, so let's make some tracks. Legal name is the Wilts and Berks. Constructed, I think, and ready for opening in use in 1810. Lasted to 1914, so a good stint for a canal. Just look at this little stretch here. Suspect it's a haven for wildlife, some of these routes and corridors. Anyway, our journey today is going to see us go further east this time. In fact, last time we came to this canal we were down near the Symington end, Melksham, right along the west end of it. Today you find me on the eastern end, very close to the Thames, just to the east of Wantage, looking for something quite spectacular. This is a gorgeous towpath canal just here. Oh, that's lovely. So quick map check. Now I'm going to try and make some headway along that bottom route, which slightly curves to the north. The main heads east. Classic site of a swing bridge. Don't think this one had a name. A little bit of land jutting out here. Thin gap down there. Classic hallmarks of that style, where the bridge would have swung out nicely in either direction, let your boats and your barges and your vessels through. A quick map update. Footpaths aren't great around here in terms of getting where we want to go in a selfish way. We want to get across Neville's Farm. We want to kind of head north, but we can't. Got to head south first. Get on a road, walk up the road, then cross and get to where we want to go. Yeah, but that's all part of the fun. But look what we've just found here. Oh wow. Wow. So I've stepped onto the top part of the lock. Sturdy brick here, come quite safe. You wouldn't want to go any further down for a number of different reasons. Through me now, you've got the depths of the lock ahead, and about 5 or 6 feet in front of me you've got the site of where the lock gates would have been. This section here, shallower part, you've got the channels to the left and the right. Water would have been able to flow through those to fill the lock itself. It looks, I want to say, very modern, despite the fact it's 1810. It still looks in great condition. This bodes very well for the trust, obviously, when they get to this section and when they want to redo this section. Obviously a lot of work to be done. Oh, right, I'm nowhere near as far east as I thought I was. Still got a little bit of a way to go before I circumnavigate Neville's Farm. Just want to get across that field really. Got this huge loop. Doesn't matter, it's a nice walk. The sun is shining, and rain, and we've just already had a treat of that gorgeous lock back there. I'm going to shut up for a bit and get my feet moving and get to where we want to be. So this is fun. Right, just come off the road for a bit of respite. And this is the bit where the Wilts and Berks Canal goes underneath the road, not very spectacular. You would have seen there a lovely old canal bridge with the track going over the top of it. About 1 kilometre in that direction up the canal is the first thing I want to show you, the first spectacular thing. But we can't go up there. It's really marshy, boggy, there's no footpath more importantly. So once again we've got to carry on zigzagging, so we've got to continue that way now back to the west, up a pathway, then back across. Now you may not get the essence of how much of a walk this has been due to the highly skilled editor that edits these videos. It may just look like a seamless transition from way back there to here. Ardington top lock, that's what we're picking up. So the line of the canal went north here, and as I said, it interacted with the railway crosses there perpendicular. But first of all, just here, Ardington top lock. Other side, which we'll do afterwards, Ardington marsh lock, and trust me, you want to see them. Oh, hello. This is good. There is Ardington top lock, first of two that I'm going to show you today, but just have a look at this right there. Okay, so I made it up that bank. And oh goodness me, this is what we make videos for, sites like this. Ardington top lock, all down there below me. Insanely dangerous. One of the things you don't want to do if you explore places like this is stand in it. Extremely dangerous, and I'll show you why. Because just over here you've got a tree. It seems to have either grown out on the side of it, collapsed inwards, brick still in its roots there, ready to fall down. There's about 6 or 7 bricks there balanced horizontally between 2 roots, so madly dangerous down there, that 20-foot drop. Right, we're going uphill now, so we're at the top end of Ardington top lock, which is oddly the south end. Very similar design to the one we've seen before. There's the bits where the water goes down and that way. We'll see if we can get down there, because it's a lot safer that side if it's not too marshy. Okay. So that way there you've got the basin before these locks. And we're just going to go and have a look in the top end of the lock before the lock gates. And just look, you can see the beautiful old lock gates that are down there. There's none this end. They have long gone, perhaps reclaimed. So right now I'm in the top part of the lock, and I'd probably be about here in water, and you have a gate up there with the sluice that would let the water out of the channel down in there and directly into there, filling the pound of the lock. Right, one last look at that gorgeous image up the lock looking south, because now I've got to head all the way back through that farm, then head north and all the way back through just to follow the line of the canal. Yet more zigzagging, bit frustrating. Oh, hello. Right, I think I can see some masonry. I can see a pathway go back into that field, but above all, we've got what looks like the top of a lock. Ah, yes. Oh, that's just, oh, and even better than the one before when I show you what's down the other end. My first observation is on the basin, or the bit before this. We've got a load of masonry line in the wall. Didn't see that on the others. Maybe just wasn't there, it had been nicked. But because we're in the middle of nowhere here, sort of a mile from any road or anything, perhaps that's why this has got some whole line of masonry along the side. But let's step into the lock. More masonry that side. And now we're into brick. Good quality brick. Look at that. 222 years old, that brick. You've got what looks like the stop block bit at the start, and again you've got the channels, the sluice channels, where you'd have had the gate coming down, blocking off that water. If you lift the gate, the water goes into the lock, just in the channels below. And look at that for a view. At the end of there, you've got some utterly stunning lock gates. Can't really get a great shot because I'm actually in the canal. There's a walling there for the canal, so I'm now in the canal, stood on some really sketchy soil, but you can see just about up that way there the old lock gate, trees growing out of it, pushed it to one side. And I really hope to see this canal one day back in water and in use. There's so much of it that can be saved. And we've seen already some of the work that some of the people are doing along here. There's countless volunteers, and I really think if you are looking for a project that's local to you, well, anywhere between down in Melksham, Trowbridge, Swindon, on up to where we are now, Wantage, nearly at the Thames now, nearly the end of the journey, you could perhaps get involved if you want to. This is what this channel lives for. This is what I absolutely love, trying to find old bits like this, bring you back some of the infrastructure that's been abandoned for over 100 years. 1914, this was last in use and last saw traffic. It would be amazing to one day in my lifetime see this back in use. If you like what we do on this channel, click on the old thumbs up, give that a boop, and yeah, I shall bid you farewell. Back next week, 5 PM Greenwich Mean Time. See you then.